Sweet Libra, do you realize that you are standing at the threshold of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, one that only opens once every 150 years? Because right now, between December 3rd and 5th, a cosmic portal is opening specifically for you. And what it brings is nothing short of miraculous. 33 years of prosperity, financial elevation, soul-level expansion, and sacred freedom. This is not a coincidence. You didn't just click on this video randomly. You were drawn here because your spirit is ready to hear something it has been waiting lifetimes for. Welcome to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This is a sacred space. And I want to say it clearly and lovingly. If you're a Libra watching this right now, you are meant to receive this message. Have you been feeling a subtle stirring lately, like something invisible has been pulling at your heart? A strange knowing that something massive is shifting beneath the surface of your life? That's not your imagination. That's alignment. Because from December 3rd to 5th, a rare energetic phenomenon, what we call a 150-year wealth portal, is activating directly in your energetic field. It's aligning with your ruling planet, Venus, harmonizing with Jupiter, and releasing years, maybe even lifetimes of limitation around abundance, self-worth, and divine timing. Let me ask you this. What if the life you secretly long for, the one where money flows with ease, where your gifts are seen, where you help others from a place of fullness, wasn't just a dream, but a map you were destined to follow? Libra, this reading isn't just a horoscope. This is your wake-up call from the universe. And what I'll be sharing with you today has the potential to shift the next 3 decades of your life. So please, stay with me until the end, because the messages coming through are profound, specific, and deeply healing. Before we begin, let me take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for your presence here. Thank you for every comment, every like, every share, and every subscription. Your energy makes this community sacred. It allows messages like this to travel where they're most needed. And I promise you, beloved Libra, you're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready. And because the universe has been preparing this moment for you. Now I want you to do something powerful, something that activates this energy inside your field. Comment below and declare it with confidence. I am ready to receive 33 years of divine abundance. And if this message already speaks to your soul, type the number 888 in the comments to seal it into your timeline. Because today, we're not just reading cards or stars. We're entering sacred conversation. And in that space, miracles happen. Are you ready? Let's go. Some moments in astrology feel less like predictions and more like permission and invitation from the cosmos to step into a timeline you've secretly longed for. Libra, where we are right now, this specific moment between December 3rd and 5th, this exactly that. Not just a shift in the skies, but a rare alignment that only occurs once every 150 years. It's not just about stars moving, it's about energies awakening. And what's waking up now is your wealth frequency. Not just monetary gain, but abundance that spans across your purpose, your peace, and your personal legacy. At the heart of this rare window is a cosmic synergy, Venus, your ruling planet, the planet of harmony, beauty, and attractions, forming a rare and harmonious trine with Jupiter, the planet of luck, blessings, and expansion. These two archetypes don't just align in the heavens, they unlock within you the potential for elevation. Financial elevation, yes, but also elevation in self-worth, visibility, and the courage to pursue bigger dreams. What makes this even more profound is that this portal does not exist in isolation. The moon in Scorpio's sign of emotional depth and hidden power is whispering truths long buried within you. And as Saturn begins to ease its grip, moving away from restriction and karmic loops, what's left is space. Space for something new. Space for something divinely timed. Space for something you've prayed for, quietly, when no one else was listening. I know we all get caught in the routines of life, paying bills, fulfilling obligations, staying in the comfort of what's known. But sometimes, the heavens open, and even if we don't feel ready, we're being nudged. Invited. Whispered to. What if this isn't about earning the next chapter of your life, but allowing it? You see, the dates themselves 3, 4, and 5 carry subtle numerological wisdom. The number 3 is the spark of creation, the number 5 is breakthrough, and 12 brings the energy of completion and divine order. And when we speak of 33 years, this isn't just random. 33 is a master number. It's the number of service, divine calling, and compassionate leadership. When this number appears tied to your abundance, it means you're not just being given wealth for yourself. You're being trusted with it. You're being asked to hold it with reverence and pour it into what matters most: your healing, your family, your legacy. Now maybe you're wondering, what if I miss it? What if I'm not prepared? Let me tell you this: readiness is not a checklist. It's not a bank account balance or a perfectly crafted plan. It's a posture of the heart. And sometimes, the smallest act of belief, a journal entry, a declaration, even a moment of silent surrender, is enough to say yes to the invitation life is offering. You don't need to know every step. You only need to recognize that this is a moment that matters. And trust that when the path opens, it will open under your feet as you walk. Many people spend their lives waiting for permission to grow, to want more, to believe they're chosen. But this portal? It doesn't need you to be perfect. It only needs you to be willing. Willing to receive. Willing to imagine again. Willing to accept that the timing of your breakthrough might not be convenient. But it is divine. So let me ask you this, sweet Libra: have you ever felt, deep down, that you were meant for something more? Have you caught glimpses of a life so aligned it almost scares you? Maybe this is not the time to wait anymore. Maybe this is the time to rise. And if this resonates with you, even just a little comment below and say, I am open to the abundance this season holds for me. Let that be your first key into the door that only opens once every 150 years. Sometimes the cards don't just reveal, they awaken. Libra, after understanding the significance of the rare astrological window opening between December 3rd and 5th, we now move into the intuitive mirror of this energy, your tarot messages. And they are nothing short of extraordinary. These cards are not fortune-telling tools, they are energy translators. They don't predict what will happen, they amplify what's already beginning to stir within you. As I reveal them, remember that these messages are not meant to impress you, but to remind you. Remind you of what you came here to become. The first card that emerged for you is the Wheel of Fortune. In the language of the universe, this card is a clear declaration: your cycle is changing. What was stuck will begin to move. What felt delayed will feel accelerated. But this isn't about quick luck or surface-level reward, it's about alignment. The wheel turns when your soul does. And the turn that's beginning now? It's one that could alter your financial destiny for decades to come. The wheel reminds you, nothing stays the same. And that includes your current circumstances if you choose to move with the shift, not resist it. Next, we have the Star. This card arrives not to promise immediate results but to activate a healing you may not even know you need. The Star speaks to renewal, spiritual replenishment, and guidance from a higher source. If you've been through loss, stagnation, or emotional fatigue, this is your return to light. It whispers, don't give up on your dream. Because just ahead is a version of your life you once gave up on. Now ready to return. And yes, this card falls beautifully during a time when Venus and Jupiter are harmonizing, offering blessings to those willing to hope again. In practical terms, this could mark the beginning of new financial inspiration, the healing of your relationship with money, or the discovery of a path that feels both meaningful and profitable. And finally, 10 of Pentacles. The Legacy card. This isn't a message about quick cash or temporary gain. It's about long-lasting wealth, material, generational, and energetic. The 10 of Pentacles speaks to family, inheritance, and building something that outlives you. This card doesn't just bring abundance, it brings structure, foundation, and belonging. Some of you may receive a literal inheritance, a gift, or property. Others may be initiating the first financial empire in your lineage. Either way, this is about anchoring wealth in a way that becomes normal for you and your bloodline. Let me tell you a true story. A woman I once read for, also a Libra, began her creative business with less than $500. She had no blueprint, no network, and a list of fears that could fill a book. But she had belief. She had alignment. She had willingness. And 5 years later, she was standing in front of an audience sharing how her art now supported her family, funded a charity, and gave her the freedom she once only dreamed about. She didn't wait for proof, she became the proof. Perhaps you're being called to do the same. So I want to ask you something personal, Libra. Have you ever seen the number 888 repeating lately? Have you had dreams involving money, symbols, or old family homes? Have you felt the strange sense that something big is shifting beneath the surface? If any of that resonates, don't brush it off. It's not coincidence. It's communication. If this part of the message speaks to you, take a moment right now and declare it. Comment below, I am ready to receive the wealth meant for me and my legacy. Say it not just as a hope but as a choice. Let the universe witness your clarity. Because that, dear Libra, is where the magic begins. Not every shift begins with thunder. Some begin in silence, in the small, sacred decisions you make in the quiet of your morning. Libra, after sensing the rare celestial alignment and listening to the deeper call within your tarot messages, you now stand at the part of your journey that requires not just awareness, but action. These next few days, from December 3rd to 5th, are not only significant astrologically, they are deeply personal energetically. You are being invited to co-create with the universe, and that means stepping into your role as a participant, not just a receiver. Rewriting your relationship with money isn't just about attracting more, it's about transforming how you feel in its presence. Abundance is not simply what enters your account, it's what you feel you're worthy of keeping. For years, you may have carried silent agreements like, I'm not good with money, or I don't deserve to be wealthy. But those beliefs didn't begin with you, they were inherited, absorbed, or conditioned. The opportunity here is not only to invite new wealth in, but to stop rejecting it on the energetic level. Begin simply. Each morning, before your phone, before your to-do list, speak gratitude out loud for what you already have. Say thank you even for the smallest coins, the unpaid invoice, the support system, the breath in your lungs. Because gratitude doesn't just attract more, it multiplies your ability to receive without fear. And receiving is not a passive act, it's a skill, a muscle that strengthens when exercised. Then, dare to do the new. Maybe it's starting the Etsy shop you've been dreaming about, offering a service, writing that proposal, or returning to a gift you've silenced. The point is not perfection, it's momentum. Don't wait for clarity on all 10 steps ahead. Take one. The first step always unlocks the second. Action is a form of trust, and trust is what signals the universe you are ready. As you move, remember to release the belief that it has to be hard to be worth it. There is no glory in burnout. Libra, your blessings were never meant to be chased, they were meant to be claimed. But they can only land in hands that are open, not clenched by fear or control. So make space. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Declutter your wallet, your time, your inner dialogue. Breathe deeper. Listen softer. Let yourself receive not because you've earned it all, but because you're willing to hold it with grace. And here's something I want to offer, drawn from a daily truth I come back to often. Sometimes blessings arrive not when you finish striving, but when you plant the seed of faith without needing to see the fruit immediately. Like the farmer who waters even on days when no green breaks the soil. Wealth, too, sometimes arrives quietly at first, through ideas, through people, through nudges that feel subtle. But they only take root when nurtured by belief. There's a kind of faith I've learned from watching people who carry peace through all seasons. It's not a loud kind of belief. It's the kind that says, I don't need to see the whole picture to take the next step. I don't need external proof to prepare my life as if the answer is already yes. So if your heart is even slightly leaning toward what's possible, lean in more. Write the affirmation each morning if that's what grounds you. One of the most powerful ones I've seen work for so many is simple. I welcome 33 years of abundance with love and trust. Repeat it. Write it. Whisper it if needed. The more familiar it becomes, the more it reshapes the architecture of your beliefs. And above all, Libra, remember this. Divine timing responds to preparation. Not perfection. Not hustle. But readiness of heart. And the beauty is already closer than you think. If this resonates with you, take a gentle moment to affirm it in the comments. Write, I am planting seeds of abundance in faith. Let it be your quiet yes to the abundance already gathering at your doorstep. What many people often forget is that abundance doesn't begin in your bank account, it begins in your body, in your breath, in your daily choices. Libra, after exploring the astrology, the tarot, and the energetic preparation of this once in 150-year portal, what you're being called into now is embodiment. This next part of your journey isn't just about believing you're worthy of wealth, it's about behaving like you already are. Because true wealth is not random. It's rhythm. It's a way of living, a way of thinking, a way of responding to life even when the results haven't shown up yet. That's what creates sustainable prosperity. And that's what you're being invited to step into. One of the most powerful ways to open yourself to financial miracles is through your physical vessel. When your body is well, your energy field is clearer. When your energy is clear, your decisions come from intuition rather than fear. Start with the basics. Take a few minutes each morning to stretch, breathe deeply, and simply be with yourself. Even 5 minutes of conscious breath can reset the entire trajectory of your day. Drink more water than you think you need. Add minerals, magnesium, and omega-3s to support clarity and groundedness. And just as important as what you consume through your mouth is what you consume through your mind, so reduce your exposure to stress-triggering financial noise, doom scrolling, and comparison. Wealth is emotional. And when we treat our nervous system as sacred, we naturally begin to regulate our relationship with money too. That's where financial autonomy begins, not in a pay raise, not in a lucky break, but in the quiet confidence of someone who knows they are already safe and supported within. From that grounded space, you can make smarter financial choices. Not from panic. Not from survival. But from power. Begin tracking what you earn, what you spend, and how you feel about each of those actions. Awareness is the first step to mastery. Explore new ways of managing money. Try setting up systems that work for you. Maybe you start with budgeting apps, or maybe you keep it simple with journaling. Either way, you're building something foundational. You don't have to become a Wall Street genius. You just need to start thinking like someone who knows money is a tool, not a test. Learn about micro-investing. Explore passive income ideas that align with your natural talents. There are so many low-barrier opportunities now, especially in the digital world, and they don't require perfection, just curiosity and consistency. If your current job feels stagnant, don't force it. Explore what lights you up. Freelance work, teaching a skill online, offering creative services. Your intuition will guide you where your energy flows freely. And let's not forget, love is also currency. The way you show up in your relationships impacts the flow of abundance in your life. When you give from overflow, not obligation, you shift everything. The kind of love that expands your world doesn't demand profit, arrives when you're fully anchored in yourself. When you operate from emotional wealth, boundaries, presence, and calm confidence, you become magnetic to people, opportunities, and yes, even unexpected income. I want to remind you of something simple, yet life-changing. Rich people don't always feel rich because of the numbers in their account. They feel rich because of how they live, how they breathe, how they respond, how they prioritize peace. And that kind of wealth? You can start cultivating that today. So Libra, don't just wait for luck to find you. Start living as if prosperity is already here, and watch how quickly the world around you begins to reflect it. If this speaks to your spirit, I encourage you to pause right now and comment below. I lead my life with financial wisdom, emotional wealth, and calm confidence. Let that be your affirmation, your energetic signature, your act of choosing. Because true wealth isn't what you get, it's what you become. There's a quiet intelligence in the way color, sound, timing, and intention all interact with your personal energy field. Libra, now that we've walked through the awareness, the action, and the emotional foundation of this once-in-a-century portal, it's time to bring it fully into embodiment through energetic alignment. Because no matter how big the opportunity, it can only match the frequency you're broadcasting. And the beautiful truth is, you can choose to adjust that frequency at any moment, gently, intentionally, with presence. Let's start with something simple yet ancient: color. You may already know that color isn't just about aesthetics, it's a vibration. Emerald green, for instance, carries the energy of heart-centered abundance. It's no coincidence that the heart chakra, which governs your ability to receive, is tied to this color. Wearing it, meditating with it, or even placing something green near your workspace during this window between December 3rd and 5th can naturally attune your emotional field to expansion, trust, and financial openness. Gold, on the other hand, is the frequency of divine confidence, radiance, royalty, and embodied power. When you incorporate golden tones, whether in what you wear, light, or symbols around you, you're signaling your willingness to be seen, to shine, and to receive honorably. Energy responds to timing, too. Some moments simply hold more magnetism than others. During this particular window, the vibrations around 12:12 p.m. and 10:22 p.m. seem to carry amplification codes. These aren't magical numbers theory frequency anchors. What matters is the intention you pour into those windows. Take 5 quiet minutes with your hand over your heart, breathe deeply, and visualize your life as if the breakthrough has already arrived. Write your intentions out loud or silently at those hours, not because you're trying to force the future, but because you're training your nervous system to feel safe in the receiving of it. One beautiful and surprisingly powerful tool is repetition. Writing the same sentence 33 times a day might sound tedious, but repetition is one of the oldest energetic codes for reprogramming belief. Money loves me. I am ready to receive 33 years of abundance. This phrase isn't just a sentence, it's a neural pathway being built. It's a vibration being cast out like a radio signal, and over time, that signal gets clearer, sharper, stronger. You don't say it to convince yourself, you say it to remember what's already true. And then there's the sacredness of lineage. Even if you didn't grow up in an environment where wealth felt normal or safe, that doesn't mean you can't be the one to shift the story. Lighting a candle, calling upon those who came before you with love, and inviting their blessings isn't about superstition, it's about reverence. You don't need to know their full stories. You only need to offer your presence as a living altar and embodiment of the dreams they may never have gotten to fulfill. Some of the most profound energetic shifts happen when we say, I choose to receive not just for me, but for those who came before and those who will come after. And yes, miracles do happen in the modern world. I've known people who, after committing to gratitude rituals and small daily acts of alignment, received unexpected inheritances, cleared debts they never thought possible, or had job opportunities fall into their lap seemingly out of nowhere. But what actually shifted was not the universe, it was their alignment with what they were already being offered. These weren't lucky flukes, they were quiet confirmations of a steady faith. So Libra, if any part of this feels like it's speaking directly to something inside you, allow that to be enough. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to master every technique. You only have to begin. If it feels right to you, write this in the comments now. I am open, I am aligned, and I am ready to receive my divine inheritance. Let it be a statement, not of hope, but of readiness, because this energy is already moving toward you. Your only task is to rise to meet it. You've made it to this moment, Libra, and that alone says so much about your readiness. You didn't just stumble upon this message, you showed up, stayed open, and received what your soul was quietly calling in. And that's something worth honoring. Because receiving isn't always easy. It takes courage to slow down, to listen, to admit that maybe just maybe you're worthy of more than what you've been settling for. Not someday, but now. Everything we've explored today, from the rare 150-year portal to the tarot messages, the practices, and the energetic shifts, they all lead to this one truth: you don't have to do more to be deserving. You simply have to allow more by softening your resistance and stepping into your power as a conscious creator. Abundance, prosperity, love, peace, these aren't prizes for the perfect. They are natural outcomes for the willing, the brave, the aligned. Let me ask you something. What would change in your life if you truly believed you were chosen? What kind of decisions would you make? How would you show up to your finances, your work, your relationships, your dreams? If you knew the next 33 years were unfolding in your favor, what would you start doing today? This is your invitation to not just watch or listen, but to act. To practice. To embody. Because the universe isn't asking you to be ready. It's asking you to believe. And when you do, you become magnetic to the very things you've been waiting for. You become a match for the miracles that already have your name on them. You are not here to survive this life, Libra. You are here to shape it intentionally, creatively, joyfully. You have the right to wealth. You have the right to stability. You have the right to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel supported. And that begins with what you choose to believe about yourself, and what you're willing to receive from this moment forward. So I want to leave you with this gentle but powerful request. If today's reading spoke to something real inside of you, say it out loud. Declare it in the comments below. I am ready to step into 33 years of abundance. And if you're feeling the energy rising already, type the number 888 to seal this frequency in your field. Every time someone comments, likes, or shares this video, it sends ripples through the collectivious signal to the universe that more of us are ready to claim what was always meant for us. By sharing, you're not just supporting this channel, you're participating in the expansion of a community rooted in truth, healing, and awakening. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for choosing to pause in the middle of your busy life and make space for something sacred. Your support, your energy, your comments, and your trust are what allow this channel Zodiac Whisper Tarot to exist, to grow, and to reach those who are still finding their way back to themselves. You're not walking this path alone anymore. You're part of something deeper now. Something ancient. Something rising. Until next time, Libra, remember, your destiny doesn't need to be found. It only needs to be claimed. And it starts today.